Alrighty, so today we are going to be ranking every single Lego Star Wars Jedi minifigure. Now, before I get into it, I'm just going to say I imagine a lot of these are just going to be put into B tier because a lot of these are just like very mid-range minifigures. Alright, now we got a lot of minifigures to get through, so let's just get started. Also, another thing is I probably have missed a bunch of minifigures or I have a duplicate. I did make this myself and it took a long time to get each and every minifigure. All these are according to Bricklink as well, so if I've missed one, I am sorry, but human error. Now this first one is Dagobah Luke. I think this came in two sets, both being Yoda's hut. It's not an awful figure, I actually quite like it. I think it's better than majority of the Lukes in here. I'm gonna put A. I'm gonna try and go through this quickly as well because there are a lot of figures. Return of the Jedi Luke, B. Now there are different versions of this back to tank Luke. I think this one though is my favorite, so this is going to go into A. Old Luke, top of B. Pilot Luke, a lot of these are just going to go into, this one can go B. There are way worse Pilot Lukes. Now we have the Cloud City Luke. This kind of strikes me as the same tier as the Dagobah Luke. I would put it... I like the back to tank Luke more. Blue Mouth Luke, I actually am impartial to this one because I really liked the game, so I'm going to put it in A tier. Now I've got the Luke from the hallway scene set. I forgot, I don't know what it's called. It's a Mandalorian set though. I think this one is a little bit oversaturated. I've seen this figure so many times. I'm going to put it in C tier. Now, I think this Farm Boy Luke is actually my favorite one because it has a little bit extra detail on the face, which is more accurate to Mark Hamill's actual face. So out of all of the Farm Boy Lukes, apart from the blue milk Luke, I'm going to actually put that one in A tier. I don't like the hairpiece of this figure. This is just another Farm Boy Luke, another same one with the same hairpiece. Now this is actually the best medallion Luke we get. I think there's 3 in here. You can see the other 2 down here. I'm gonna put this one in high B tier, about there. Now this is definitely the best version of Pilot Luke we have. This came in the UCS X-Wing, I think in 2024 or 2023. This one can go in A tier simply because it's just the best Pilot Luke we've gotten. Another Endor Luke. It comes with a helmet. I'm gonna have to put it just. I probably put it here. I think I'd rather his hairpiece over the helmets, to be honest. Okay, that's okay. Yeah. Hoth Luke. Probably there's a better version of Hoth Luke. I think it's this one that comes with really good face printing, or the back of the face printing. I quite like it. This one can just go in C tier for now. Another Pilot Luke. I don't think there's too much difference between these two, so I'm going to put it next to each other. This one, better hairpiece than these ones here. It's just another B tier. A lot of these are going in B tier. Pancho Luke. I really like Pancho Luke. I'm going to put him in A tier. About there. If he had the same face as this Farm Boy Luke, he would be above, for sure. This one is C tier. It's just a very... I think this is a very old... Not old, but like... outdated Hoth Luke. Okay, all the old... I actually quite like this one. I like the torso. I think it makes it stand out from all these Return of the Jedi Lukes. Okay, all of these can just go into C tier. Although this one, I quite like the old figures when they have capes and hoods. I think something nostalgic just comes out about them. I'm gonna put this in B tier. All the same thing. Cape, I like it. Okay, these ones, C tier, C tier, C tier. Okay, now we have the 2003 Cloud City Luke. It is very expensive, except I don't think it's that great. it's an okay figure for the time. I think the only thing exclusive is the torso and maybe the pants being just like a little bit different. It's going here. Yeah, I don't think it's awful, and it is unique compared to all the older looks we get, so it can go there. I actually, something about the green on this Luke down here, I just like it. I don't know why I like it, but I like it. I think I'm gonna put it in A tier, to be honest. I don't know if it's better than the newer Dagobah training Luke. I'm gonna put it here. I quite like this figure. Another farm boy Luke, old. Now there are two different versions of the metal Luke. One comes with the newer style pupils and one with the older style pupils. The older style pupils looks weird. The newer style pupils are not bad. I'm gonna put it in bottom of B. Now more just farm boy Lukes, Return of the Jedi Lukes, pilot Lukes. Now this is another back to tank Luke. I quite like the back to tank. I think it's not bad. I'm gonna put this in B tier. Now that I'm thinking about it, I might put this Hoth Luke there. Yeah, I don't think that should have been in B tier. Yeah, okay. Now I'm just, all the ones in C tier are just going in C tier because I don't think they're too notable and they just need to be grouped in a category. And they're definitely not F, they're not awful figures. So yeah. More farm boy, pilot. I think this might have a better face printing, just like the one up here. Might put this in B. Yeah. Farm boy, pilot, farm boy, Return of the Jedi. Also, there are going to be so many figures in this video that the tier list might not all fit on the screen, so just bear with me. Now this one is actually quite unique because the helmet actually has the orange visor as part of the helmet instead of being printed, and I like when Lego does unique things. So I'm going to put this one in at least B. I'm going to put it here. I think that's fair. Luke with a grapple hook. It's just Luke with a grapple hook. Pilot, I think this is the other version of Dagobah Luke. I think this one just comes with a neck bracket. They're the same figure to me, but Bricklink does count them as different. Now, I do think this is the best version of Stormtrooper Luke that we have. I don't know which one of these is from the new Death Star, the UCS Death Star. In saying that, I'm going to put him here. Yeah, I think like that's fair. Now we've got Holiday Luke. It can go in B. It's a little bit different. It's not too generic like all of these ones. It's fine. More farm boy, more stormtrooper outfits. Return of the Jedi. And that is all of the Lukes we have right here. Alright, moving on to Anakin. Now we have Attack of the Clones Anakin. I quite like this Anakin, to be honest. I think this is probably S tier. I don't think it's too faithful to what he actually looks like in Attack of the Clones, but I like this figure. Also, I just noticed I haven't put any Lukes into S tier. I'm gonna fix it up right now. Alrighty, so I've moved these three Lukes into S tier. Out of all the Lukes in this list, I think these are the coolest printing, the nicest printing, or just like the most unique figures. If you disagree or agree, let me know which figures you would put where, and just chuck it in the comments below. Alright, now we've got the Clone Wars style figures, specifically Anakin. They're pretty bad. They're pretty bad. I would put them in F. Alrighty, so we actually do have a duplicate here, because I've got this one and I've got this one up here. So I'm just going to put this in F, but the real figure is actually up here. Anakin, I don't know. We actually have another duplicate. No, this is not a duplicate actually, but this is going in F tier anyway. I don't know which specific sets these minifigures come from. There's a lot of minifigures. Just give me a break. But it's a decent Anakin. I'm gonna put him compared to the Luke's. I like Anakin a bit more. I'm gonna put him in B tier. Same with this one, although this one's probably a little bit different. I think this came from the Jedi Interceptor set. I think there is fine. I don't know if it knocks out the metal Luke. I think this one is just pretty cool with the unique metal piece. These ones are just F. He shouldn't have been a big fig as young Anakin. Now these ones, these two are the same right here, just one comes with a cape. I do really like this figure. I would put it in A tier. This one might have to go into B, simply because it doesn't have a cape. I'm gonna put him there. I do like him. Now I don't think this figure right here is F. I like the, it's pretty nostalgic and I do quite like it, but I do think it'll go in upper C. Now we have Light Up Anakin. This, I like when Lego does unique things and I want to give them props for it, so I'm gonna put this in, I would rather own the Light Up Anakin over the Tusken Raider Slaughter Anakin. Yeah. I quite like this minifigure. I don't know if I'll put it in A. I'll put it here. Alright, these small leg Anakins are a lot better than the original young Anakins. In saying that though, they're very, very bland, especially this one with the large pupils. They can go here. Parker Anakin, I really don't like the look of this figure. I think the mouth printing is very strange. I'm actually going to put it in F. Young Anakin with pod racing. I think we need more pod racing sets, to be honest. The older ones are really cool. And I would love to have this type of Anakin in a pod racer. I'm going to put this in, I think I would rather him over the Holiday Luke, but probably not Farm Boy Luke, so he can go there. I don't even know what is on this Anakin's face. It can go lower B. No, it can go here. And I might move this guy up. I actually do really like this figure more than I like these young Anakins. Yeah, okay, Sith Eyes Anakin. I think this might be the one from the Duel on Mustafar set with Obi-Wan. Sith Eyes Anakin is really cool. I would probably put him above here. Here. I reckon that's a good spot for Sith Eyes Anakin. Palpatine's Arrest Anakin. I'm gonna put him right there. I love minifigures with capes. Sith Eyes, Anakin, Palpatine's Arrest. Totally my jam. Now more Clone Wars figures with the weird eyes. Yeah, they're going straight in F. A lot of these smaller young Anakins can go in C, although I do think this one has the nicest face printing out of all of them. Maybe this newest one from the Sith Infiltrator. Yeah, the Sith Infiltrator can go in B tier and the rest can just go in C. Now, mid-transformation Anakin. It's cool. It's not too cool though. I think I would rather the old style. I'm gonna put the old style there. I think I would rather the old style Anakin over Holiday Luke and Transformation Anakin. Now this is just basically the same figure as this one, just slightly different. I think this one's older. I do prefer this one. I'm gonna put him there. I think that's good right there in B tier. Now just a very generic Anakin. I think he might have Sith eyes in this one though. Again, I'd rather I'd rather this unique helmet Luke and all these Lukes over this specific Anakin. Now, I remember this figure because Lego got a bit lazy with this one. It's got the tattered clothes from the duel on Mustafar, but like, he's in his interceptor, so he shouldn't have tattered clothes. So just because it's lazy, it can go, honestly, in C tier, probably top of C tier. It's still Anakin, and he's still one of my favorite Star Wars characters, but just because Lego got lazy. Alright, moving on to Ahsoka. Now this young Ahsoka, it's got Clone Wars eyes, the pants are very generic, the printing is not awful. Yeah, I think I'd rather any of these Lukes. I think they're just better made than this Ahsoka. I don't think it's as bad as Anakin though. I think Ahsoka's face printing works better than Anakin's face does with the Clone Wars style printing. Now, the new Padawan Ahsoka we got from the Ahsoka's Interceptor. Very good Ahsoka. Ooh, where would I put her? I think I'd rather her there. The quality of this minifigure is just really good. I think I would rather it over the pilot Anakin and these two Anakins. I mean, the light up's cool, but this is just a very well-made, designed Ahsoka. Now we got Tan Tunic Ahsoka. It's very good as well. It's very good. I think I would rather adult Ahsoka over young Ahsoka, but it's very good as well. Now this really expensive Rebels Ahsoka, it's really cool. I mean, the printing is really cool. The lightsaber color is exclusive to her. Those pieces, I'm pretty sure, are exclusive to her lightsaber pieces. It's really cool. It did come out in a cheapish set at the time. It's just good. I think this figure deserves to be in S tier. Now, I think this Ahsoka here has just a little bit too much going on, a little bit too much grey in her design. I think I'm gonna put her, honestly, there sounds good. I think it's just got too much of the same color in her printing and her pieces. It kind of just like cancels out. This Ahsoka, it's very generic to me. Would I rather it? Yes. Honestly, here for me seems fair. It's not too great. Now this Ahsoka is this one right here. It's the same design as this one, it's just older. Now it's definitely the best Ahsoka that has the Clone Wars style's eyes. I would rather it over her. I think I'd rather it over this Ahsoka here. Would I rather it over... I'm gonna move this guy up to there. I think that's fair. And then I would rather her be about there. It's really not that bad of a fig. It's just we've got the newer one and there's better Ahsokas out there. Okay, moving on to Mace Windu. Now this, I think it's from the Republic fighter tank. I could be wrong. I think I see the printing on his arms. It's a very good Mace Windu. Where would I put him though? I think it's probably the best Mace Windu we have. For that, I'll put him in A. I think I'd rather all these figures over him though, but it's a very good Mace Windu. Now, I think this might be the one from the UCS Republic gunship. Simply because it's exclusive to that set, and he's not the best printing I've seen of Mace Windu, I might put him about there. I think I still'd rather any of these Lukes above this Mace Windu figure. But yeah, I'm gonna put a lot of these Mace Windus in the same spot. This old Mace Windu though, the old style Mace Windu is really cool. I think I'd rather it over this Mace Windu, to be honest. I really like the design of the old figures. I think the simplisticness of them works very well. So that's my reasoning for A. And now light up, I think it's really cool. Now this figure here is just a light up one without the lightsaber being attached. Yeah. Oh, okay, yeah. Do I have to even say anything? Yeah. Now, Mace Windu with the cape. I think this is Palpatine's arrest Mace Windu. The same thing. I'm going to put him above the other Windus because I think this is probably the best version we got of him that isn't in the Clone Wars style armor. And this is just a very generic Mace Windu here. Now, moving on to Yoda. A lot of these Yodas are the same with just like very minimal style printing changes. They're not awful. Definitely not awful. They're very, very generic, and for that reason I might put them in B tier. I think I'd rather Mace Windu over Yoda though. A lot of these can just go in, although this printing is quite nice. I might move him up. Might put him there. A lot of these Yodas are just the same. Now this, I mean, I like when Lego does unique stuff. For what were they thinking? It can go here. Yeah, yeah, okay, I'm gonna leave it. I think this Christmas Yoda here is pretty cool. It came in the employees Christmas X-Wing, I think, and the name of that set might be wrong, but I think it's really cool. I'd rather it over any of the Yodas I've put in here, and I'd probably rather it over this Mace. I think there's a good spot. I really like the colors and the torso. I don't think they're exclusive to this Yoda though. I think you can find those combination in any of the like Christmas figures in other Lego sets. Old Yoda, simply because of the old Yoda death sound from the Lego Star Wars games. I'm gonna put him, I quite like it. I'm gonna put him in S tier. I'd probably rather him over this Mace, to be honest. Now these Yodas, the rubber head, just every single time I get one of these figures, the rubber head is just loose, it falls off, the printing comes off really easily. I just don't like them. Although this one does have the same head, but it is better. I think I'd rather... I think I'm gonna put him around... honestly here. I think I'd rather any of these Lukes over this Yoda, to be honest. Now hate me if I say this, but I think this Yoda is pretty terrible. That I love New York City Yoda. It can be faked so easily. It's just too exclusive. It's too expensive. I mean, it makes sense why it's expensive. It's very rare. Now all these rubber head Yodas can just go in F tier. I just don't like them. I think that part is very awful. They should have just made it in hard plastic. I think they probably wanted the ears to be foldable, but it's just not worth it in my opinion. Now this Yoda is F tier simply because it's got the neck bracket. I think it just makes the figure look really weird. I don't know why Bricklink makes this its own figure, but it just looks weird. Now this is the Yoda from the I think it's like Galaxy Adventures book. I think it's really unique and cool. I'm gonna put this in, I'm gonna put this here. I think that's fair. Very generic Yoda. You can go with his pal here. They might actually be the same. I might have put the same too. It might be head different. I'm not sure. It's hard to get all of these correct. Now, Rey. A lot of these Reys, like this Rey, I just don't like it. I think the printing is just too simple. She can go here. It's definitely not F tier. It's not awful. It's just very meh. Darth Rey is pretty cool. The lightsaber is very unique. I think I'd probably rather Darth Rey over that Ahsoka. I think he is fair, because I'd rather this Anakin and all these guys over her, so yeah. Now, I'm not too big of a fan of the sequel, so I don't know what movies these Rey figures come from. I think this is Rise of Skywalker. I think this one is the coolest Rey by far. I think the colors work best. I think this one's just a little bit too dull. Although I'd rather... that here is fair. Same with this Rey. Probably about here. I'd rather the old Ahsoka. I think the old Ahsoka is cooler than the Reys. But this Rey is not too bad. I actually don't mind this one. I'm going to put her... yeah, I'd rather old man Luke over Rey. But it's not awful. It's just very generic. Alright, moving on to the Qui-Gon Jinns. I quite like Qui-Gon. It's the figure at the moment. I'm trying to collect all of them. So I actually have quite a few of these Qui-Gons. Although, this is very simple. I think it's probably about there. I think Darth Rey is just a little bit more unique and cool than Qui-Gon. But Qui-Gon's very good. It's just very simple. Same with this one.
I am a Jedi.
Although Pancho Qui-Gon, I really like Pancho Qui-Gon. I think Pancho Qui-Gon is A tier for sure. There are many versions of Pancho Qui-Gon, especially since they discovered the reddish brown and the brown hair difference in the newest Sith Infiltrator set. That just makes more listings on Bricklink. I would rather Pancho Qui-Gon over these two here. I think I'd still rather any of these figure over Pancho Qui-Gon though. These are all the same to me. They can all go in A tier. This is a nice, simple Qui-Gon. I think it's done well. Maybe could have used better legs like this one. I'm going to put him in... I think it's definitely better than these Qui-Gons. Yeah, I still... I'm going to drop these... Stormtrooper Luke. Maybe just this one into B tier. Yeah, about there. I think that's fair. Old Qui-Gon, there's just so many of him. He came in a lot of sets. I think he is cool. I'm gonna put him... yeah, I would rather him over Rey and all the young Anakins and all these generic Lukes. Yeah, I think that's fair. Now, out of principle, I'm gonna put this one in F tier. This looks like Obi-Wan, but it's listed as Qui-Gon. If that's meant to be Qui-Gon, that is awful. That's just it. That's going in F tier for me. See, I think these two came in the same sets, and like they were just like randomly mixed in the same set. This one looks more like Qui-Gon, and I would say is a better job than this Qui-Gon. I might actually put him in B tier. I would rather him over that Ahsoka, but that's more Qui-Gon than this guy down here. Now, simply because I said I would rather like printing on my Qui-Gon than this one here, I'm gonna put him here. I think I think this is probably the best Qui-Gon we've gotten. I'm gonna put him there. Now moving on to Obi-Wan. There are a lot of Obi-Wans. They're very unique, I would say, though. So they're not all the same like Anakin, and Qui-Gon has a lot of the same stuff. But Obi-Wan, we have Old Man Obi-Wan, Padawan Obi-Wan, Prime Obi-Wan. So there's at least a lot of variety. In saying that, this one, I think he came from Mos Eisley, the UCS Mos Eisley. He's very cool. I think he is... I like Obi-Wan. I think I would put him... yeah. He's cool. I'd still rather Qui-Gon than Old Man Obi-Wan, but I think he's better than these three. This is a very standard old man Obi-Wan, I'd probably put him here. I think I'd rather these two minifigures over the old man Obi-Wan. This one's basically the same as the one up there. I just don't like this hood piece. I like the older hood pieces better. I'm gonna put him there. I like him better than this one, but I just don't like that hood piece. Yeah. We got Padawan Obi-Wan. He's very cool. Whatever. Yes. I think I would put him. I think I would rather these figures here over this Obi-Wan. Same with this Obi-Wan. I'd rather this one over that one. I think all of the Obi-Wans are probably going to go in here. Although this is the Mustafa Anakin. I mean, the Mustafa, Dual Mustafa Obi-Wan. I'm going to put him probably up with Sith Eyes Anakin, to be honest. I really like the Dual Mustafa set. I think this is the same figure from the same set. I'm going to move him up too. Simply because it's just Dual Mustafa, it's Sith Eyes Anakin, yeah. This one I actually think is not too bad, like compared to this other Clone Wars style Obi-Wans. I think this is easy F tier. Like, it's just, the eyes aren't good, but something about this one, I like it. I'd probably put it, I think I'd rather it over all those generic Lukes, to be honest. Next up, we got Old Man Obi-Wan again. I'd probably, I think I'd rather any of these figures over this one. Although this Clone Wars armor Obi-Wan is awesome. I think this came out in the new V-Torrent set. I have a review on that set if you want to go check it out after. This figure is really cool. I mean, you could have made this figure by swapping out the heads with the old Clone Wars armor Obi-Wan over here, but to get it officially done is really cool. Another generic headset figure, I would probably put him, yeah. I think this one's better. The hairpiece makes him look more like Jesus. I think I'd rather that. Another generic Obi-Wan. Now this one is from the Obi-Wan Kenobi show. I think that shoulder cape piece is really cool though. Although I think I'm gonna put him here. I'd rather this Obi-Wan over this one. Yeah. This I'm not too fond of all the Obi-Wans they made for the Obi-Wan Kenobi show, and I think this one is just very plain. Yeah, I'd rather any of these Lukes over this Obi-Wan. I don't know about Rey, and I don't know about that Yoda. I think there is good for me. Same with this one. It's very, very similar. This one came out in the Obi-Wan, I think it's just the Obi-Wan Starfighter that came with the Kaminoan and one other figure, I think it was. I can't remember who it was. But oh, it was an astromech, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's just, yeah, it's not too fantastic. I don't like the brown. I don't know why I don't like the brown. I just don't like it. Now, I think this one is the 20th anniversary Old Man Luke. I don't think it's too cool, exclusive to a polybag, and the polybag isn't that cheap. I'm gonna put him here. Yeah, same type of figure. This Obi-Wan, I actually quite like it. Same with the old Qui-Gon. I think they're pretty cool. I'd probably rather over these. I'm gonna put it here. I think I'd rather over the Ahsoka. these old, they're kind of funky. The face of these figures, these Obi-Wans here, are they're pretty funky. I'm gonna put these both in C tier, nothing too special. This one is quite cool. I'm gonna group it up with this Obi-Wan here. I think I'd rather the hood piece, so I think it's nicer. This one is very generic, although I think I'd rather over these two Obi-Wans here. Same with this one. I like the hood piece better. I've been saying that. And then this one, it's just this figure here with no cape. This one is probably the most simple Obi-Wan. I think I like the skin color of this one. I think these two are very similar. I think I like the skin color tone on this one. This is not a bad old man Obi-Wan. I think I'd rather these guys over him though. Probably theirs pretty good. Another hood. I just love the hood figures. And he's old man Obi-Wan. I'm gonna put him, I think these two might be the same. I'm just gonna group them together. Another, I think this might be episode 2 Obi-Wan, just an old style of this figure down here. I do like it better. I think these two are very much the same though, these two here. So another old man. I'm just gonna, just because I've been going for 40 minutes, I'm just gonna shove him in C. Another hood figure, another generic Obi-Wan. This one is weird. I'm gonna put him in C, because why the half cape? I don't get it. Respirator Obi-Wan. I'm just gonna put him there. I think I'd rather these guys over that one. This is not a bad Obi-Wan. Very generic, but I do like it. I'm gonna put him there. This is quite a unique Obi-Wan. I think this is from the Clone Wars when he faked his death and was disguised as a bounty hunter. I think it's kind of cool. He can definitely go in B tier for sure. I would rather, I think there. I think there's fair. Another, this one is very simple, but just done very well. I'm actually going to put this one in A tier. Don't ask me why. That's just how I feel. I think I should put him in A tier. Very generic old man Kenobi. Definitely better than this half cape though. I don't know what they were doing there. He can go here. I think that's fine. Same with this one. Very much similar. The worst hood piece. I don't like that hood piece. Very similar again. He can go there. This one is weird. Why has he got such a tattered cape? I don't know, but he's very unique. I'm gonna put him there. I think I would rather him over these two and probably any Obi-Wan in here. I'm actually gonna move. I'm gonna move these Obi-Wans up. I think they're. I don't think they're C tier. Same with this one. I like the older styles better. I think that's good. I think that's good. The darker brown though for this old man Obi-Wan is nicer than this brown. Unless that's just the lighting. I'm gonna put him there. I think I still rather these two minifigures over this one, but yeah. Okay, Ayla Secura. This is the older one. It's a good figure. The Clone Wars style one is a very odd figure, and a lot of them I find have been sun damaged, unfortunately. It's not bad. I think I'd put her there. I think that's fair. I'd rather old man Obi-Wan over that Ayla. I think both of these though are A tier for sure. I think they're both very well done. She hasn't got too detailed printing. This one has done very well. I think this is the new one from the Republic Is it? No, just the ATT, I think. I haven't got that set yet. I'm still trying to pick that one up, but I think that figure is very well done. Barriss Offee. I think it's a little bit weird they gave her a dress piece in this figure. Makes her not too posable. This Clone Wars style. I'm again half cape. The half cape is weird. I don't like the half cape. I very much do like this Barriss minifigure here. I think she's probably better than Ayla. Yeah, I'm gonna put her there. I think that's fair. And then this Barriss. The dress piece isn't awful. I mean, it's got good printing. I think I would rather Obi-Wan. I think that's fair. I'd rather any of these figures here. Maybe not Rey. I think I might put Rey there. I'd rather any of these figures here over this Barriss. The dress piece just pulls her down a little bit. Yeah. Okay, so we got the new Ezra figure from the Duel on Peridia. If I get that wrong, forgive me. It's not awful. He looks like Jesus, although the pupils are weird. I think it's gonna hold it out from A tier for sure. I think here will do. The pupils are weird, and I don't know why they made his pupils weird. So B tier, sure. Old Ezra, it's a very cool minifigure. It does its job well. I'm gonna put him in A tier. I like this Ezra. And same with Ezra with the helmet. A very, very similar figure, just with a helmet. Alright, going into Jedi Bob. Now this is the newest Jedi Bob. I like that they made the figure accessible and a lot cheaper. But is it that good? I think he is. I like him. And he's probably better than all these generic Lukes. I think I would put him... yeah. But the old Jedi Bob, he can go in SD. Now, Jack 14. All of I don't like this one. I think I just don't like it. I think I would put him, honestly... he's better than all the generic Lukes. I think there. I like Obi-Wan better. I think something about the look of this minifigure just doesn't hit me right. Although both of these are very awesome. They are definitely A tier for sure. Alright, next up we got Kanan. I love this Kanan. The headpiece is so well molded and so well printed. I think, yeah, it's just really cool. Honestly, all the Kanans they've done are just very solid and decent. Although I don't like that black hair Kanan is a little bit too expensive. Kit Fisto, my guy. I love the Kit Fisto with the cape. I'd rather him about there, I think. I think this Kanan is a generic Kanan, and Kit Fisto is just a little bit cooler. Both are very good though, both A tier. And I think I'd rather both of these Kit Fistos over brown hair Kanan. I think black hair Kanan with his exclusivity is just a little bit better than both Kit Fistos. But any of these in A tier can be switched around, and honestly I'd be happy. Now we have I think it's the Jedi from the High Republic sets. I think it's very cool. I think it's awesome that they reused all of Luminara's pieces and just changed up the printing. I would definitely rather her over... honestly, I think there's fine. I think I'd rather this Kanan over her and any of these figures. Yeah, I mean, I don't mind that she's... I think that's fair, just in my opinion. I have this Luminara and it looks amazing. I think I'd rather her over Ayla, Barriss, definitely Mace, definitely Yoda. I think here. I still really like all these ones at the top. She's very good though, definitely A tier for sure. Light up Luminara, still very cool. Probably not A tier. She looks a bit weird, probably top of B. And then I think this one, even though it has the Clone Wars style eyes, is still very cool. Probably bottom of A though, if not in B, but I'll leave her in A. Now Ki-Adi-Mundi, I don't really like Ki-Adi-Mundi. They're not awful. I don't know which one's the newest one. The newest one can go at the top. I think this is the newest one with the opening at the bottom. I'm gonna put him here. I don't think he's amazing. I mean, his unique head is pretty cool, but okay, this Ki-Adi-Mundi is F tier straight up. Same with this one. I think they're very similar. They can just go both in B. Plo Koon. Okay, first off, the new Plo Koon is a straight S tier. Yeah, this Plo Koon is a straight S tier. The head not being rubber, so it lasts longer, is really cool. Printing is really cool. And being a very cheap minifigure in a microfighter, yeah, it's straight up S tier. These ones are pretty cool. For the time, the uniqueness is really cool, but I'd rather him over Ki-Adi. Both of these are very similar, just different color arm pieces. And I've got all the rays back in here. They can just all go in F tier. That's my bad. Now, Quinlan Vos. This is the one with the Clone Wars style eyes. It's very cool though. If it was the only Quinlan Vos we had, I wouldn't be upset, but it isn't. It's still very cool. I think I'd rather any of these Obi-Wans. The Ahsoka can drop down, and the Anakin. I think I'd rather any of these Obi-Wans over this Quinlan, but that isn't to say it's not good. It's really decent. It's just got the Clone Wars styles eyes, so it goes in B tier. Oh my god, I forgot this character's name. This is a very unique figure. Given that it was thrown in on a Starfighter along with, I think it was Sacy-Tin, it shouldn't be as good as it is. I think it's either A tier or S tier. Where did I just put him? There he is. Probably A tier, to be honest. I think it's better than Luminara and Black Hair Kanan. I'm gonna put him there. I do like the Kit Fisto with the cape better though, so he can go there. A very decent figure though. This is Sig Greebling, isn't it, from the Lego show? He's not awful. I have watched season 1 of that show and it's very good. He's pretty generic though. I'm gonna put him there. I still think the Quinlan Vos is better. All these guys, yeah. Maybe I'll move Jack 14 up to there. Yeah, okay, I think that's fair. Cal Kestis. Okay. He can go top of A tier. He would be S tier if he came with a Poncho. But it's very good. I'm so happy we finally got him in Lego form. I think it's well overdue. Sig Greebling again without a lightsaber. Where did I put him? There? Because this one is more generic, I'm gonna put him... I'm gonna put him down here. He's just a dude. Okay. Light side Darth Vader. I was debating whether to put this figure in this list, but he is a Jedi in the show, and it's really cool. Straight up SD, yeah. I forgot the name of this character. He's the one who saves Baby Yoda in season 3 of Mandalorian. Spoiler. He's very good. A very generic Jedi though. I'd probably put him... Yeah, I think I'd rather this Jack 14 figure. He's unique enough that I'd rather him over all these very standard figures down here. I think that's fair. Now this guy is really cool. I think finally getting a Zabrak, a light side Zabrak pieces to make your own Jedi, or even just to use this Jedi, is really sick. I think this is just an easy S tier. He's just very good. I forgot this guy's name, although he suffers from the Clone Wars style eyes. Although he's kind of unique. I'm gonna put him there. I'd rather Quinlan Vos. I just like that character better. I think there is fair. Stas Ali, very, very good. Just a good printing. Really cool head mold. Really cool printing on the eyes. Honestly, I'd rather Stas... Wait, isn't that Even Peel? Is that his name? I think so. I think Stas Ali there is fair. Coleman Trebor, I think is this guy's name. The molding of his head is just really cool. I don't think he's as good as Luminara though. It is cool, but I like Luminara better. I'm gonna put him there. These guys are weird. I think they're cool. I think their addition into the Lego Star Wars scene is okay. I think the price of the sets are just way too high. But I'm gonna put these guys in. Yeah, both of them can go there. I think that's fair. They're unique. They're better than all these generic minifigures here. I think that's fair. Now this Quinlan Vos, straight up S tier. I love this Quinlan Vos. Hopefully we get new ones with the expansion of Asajj Ventress's story. Spoiler there, if you want to look into it, definitely do. It's fantastic, but it's a very good figure. I very much like this figure. I don't know the name of this guy or his race, but getting that headpiece finally, I think this was the first time we got the headpiece. I think it later came out in Mos Eisley's Cantina. Definitely better than Coleman Trebor. I think the inclusion of that piece is the reason I put him in A tier. He'll probably be bottom of A tier. I don't think the printing is too fantastic. It's just a very cool figure though. I have no clue who this is. You can go bottom of C for that. Now this guy, I don't know his name, but he came out in a General Grievous Starfighter. I like the headpiece. I always like the Mon Calamari headpieces. I'm gonna put him in between Kiadi and Plo. CC10. I think this CC10 is very weird. It kind of creeps me out. This Shakti is straight up S tier though. It would be... actually, it can go here. It would be so much better if she didn't have the Clone Wars style eyes, but it's a very good figure nonetheless. This CC10, oh my god. This CC10 right here, straight up S tier. Putting that in any scene with any Jedi is going to make it look fantastic. Same with this guy, I don't know his name, but the same deal. I think I'd rather him over CC10 though. Not Quinlan, for sure. But yeah, I think that's fair. And our last Jedi, I don't know if you can even count him as a Jedi. Yeah, he's going straight there. Now, if you like this video, guys, please give me a like. This took forever to put together, but I think it was a lot of fun. I'll just give you a quick run through of all the figures. If you want to pause and have a look to see where your favorite Jedi minifigure is, go ahead. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you want to see more, give this video a like and subscribe. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.